Okay, what's going on, guys? If you can give this video a like, I would really appreciate that. You guys are doing a great job supporting this channel and giving videos likes, which helps the algorithm. It gets more people to find us. We've gained a ton of subscribers over the past week or two, thanks to you guys. So if you give this video a like, I would really appreciate that. Let's talk about some Giants news. Yesterday, I did a whole video on how depressing that game was from a Giants standpoint. Just so many injuries. It's truly tough to even be, if you're a fan, if you're someone who loves the New York Giants, it's tough to truly be angry at a game like that when basically every single good player they had on offense found a way to get hurt. So I do want to update you guys on these injuries. They're pretty important players involved here. Let's start with Daniel Jones. He's the quarterback. Didn't look good yesterday. It looked like it looked pretty serious and it looked pretty scary. Clearly some sort of concussion. He will enter concussion protocol, and the Giants will find out later this week through the process how long he might be out, or maybe if he's ready to go. I don't know. Like I said in my video yesterday, I would kind of find it hard to expect. I would find it to be pretty tough to see this guy play this week after seeing him barely get up and walk away, almost stumbling to the ground because of that injury to his head. Looked pretty scary, looked pretty serious. Even outside of a football standpoint, I would probably keep him out at least a week and make sure that guy is good to go, because that did not look good. Barkley, there's really no timetable just yet, but according to Joe Judge, he says the Giants have dodged some bullets with some of these injuries, and he mentioned Barkley as one of those guys. So maybe this isn't going to be a long-term thing with Barkley. Obviously, his ankle ballooned up. It looks like he kind of rolled it. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened, but that's what it looked like, and I think that's what most people probably see as well. Look, we're at a point, the Giants are at a point with Barkley where you can't really rely on him being your RB1. You can't rely on him being out there and available. He just hasn't been that guy for 3 straight years. I think if he plays, whether, obviously I think he'll return at some point this year, but this year, or if he's with the team next year, whatever it is, whatever his Giants future looks like, he has to be viewed as a bonus. He has to be viewed as, if he's available, that's great, but if he's not, understand that, he's shown you many times that he's kind of injury prone at this point. You can't expect him to be available. I mean, that's just how it is. 2019, we saw Daniel Jones' rookie season. He had that ankle injury, missed some time, and came back and was not fully healthy. He probably should have stayed out a little bit longer. Last year, obviously missed basically the entire year. And now this year, he's injured again just when he kind of played one of his better games last week against New Orleans. Looked like he was really making the right steps forward and being an impactful player for the Giants. But you can't rely on him. You can't expect him to be your starter. That RB1, that bell cow, a guy who caught 91 passes in his rookie season. It is what it is. So that's that on Barkley. Kenny Golladay, according to Ian Rappaport, probably miss a week or two, but it looks like the Giants dodged a bullet there as well, because some people feared it could be an ACL, but it's not going to be to that extreme. He'll miss this week's game, but it doesn't look like a long-term injury, maybe a week or two. So that's obviously good news for the Giants. Golladay and Tony seems to be just fine. Roderarius Williams, the rookie corner, who impressed during the summer, he's out for the season. Torn ACL. He struggled big time with the Giants this year. If you look at passer rating allowed, it's almost 120. So he's had his struggles, but it's still it's still a somewhat tough loss, because at least you have. Even if he's struggling, you have a young player who's getting meaningful snaps, and maybe it's something he could move forward and learn on as he enters his second season. He's a guy that did show some promise in the summer. And as I think many people know, when it comes to the cornerback position, you look at Trevon Diggs. I don't think Trevon Diggs was very good as a rookie. I remember watching him, and he was not very good. This year, he is balling out. I'm not saying that Roderarius Williams is going to be that good next season, but with corners, sometimes it takes them like a full year of being bad, of being really bad, and then they kind of move forward and they start to get better. I think one Giants example is Corey Webster. He was essentially like this bust of a pick. And it took him a few years to get it going, and then he came alive in those playoffs in 2007. And then all of a sudden, he's one of their major pieces on defense in 2 championship runs. So cornerback is a tough position, and sometimes it takes guys a little bit of time. Sometimes it takes them being terrible to then get better. So unfortunately for the Giants, Roderarius Williams out for the season, torn ACL.